Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This round I have some toy pickups to share with you guys. A bunch of stuff actually to show in this video. And not quite sure what to say here really. A bunch of this is stuff that I found in various stores for various prices. The most expensive stuff is going to be left for the end of this video. But I also got a couple of toys here that I actually found down in my storage room that I thought I had completely misplaced, but I was able to find them again, and I'm happy for that. They're nothing too special, and in fact, these only cost about like $2 a piece, if I remember correctly, back in the day. They are just some Pokemon toys. First up is, if we can pick him up after dropping him, is a Meowth, followed by a Vaporeon. Next is Drowsy, then Flaffy, and my favorite of this set here is Bellossom. Now, if you ask me about newer Pokemon, I get the names more or less right, but the older ones are the ones that I remember the most, and the ones that I definitely enjoyed the most and had a greater connection to. Now, another Pokemon toy that I got here, but this one came from a set of toys I recently got. I ended up throwing most of the toys that were in this bag out, but I think I paid definitely no more than $5 for this bag of toys. For like I got it for something else that was in there, but this one was another toy that I also kept from this bag. It is a Jakks specific Entei toy. I almost forgot his name right there. He's the one of the legendary beasts, if I remember correctly, from Generation 2, and he was in the third Pokemon movie. And I do like these Jakks specific toys. They are fairly well made. And also they do the World of Nintendo toys as well, if I remember correctly. Sorry for looking up like that. I just have them all sort of hanging up here behind my computer. So I was just looking up at them. But yeah, it was nice to see that in there, and I went ahead and grabbed that as well. This next toy here, I don't know if I will keep it or not. It seems to be kind of broken, but it would be a shame to throw it out. It's a Transformer, but I don't know exactly what set this is from or who it is. I can guess Grimlock or one of the other sort of dinosaur Transformers, but well, here he is. He's pretty decently sized. And it seems like his legs, though, are more or less just one piece. I think that this might be one of the pretty recent Transformers that sort of just transform in one motion rather than having to be transformed on their own, sort of. I think this one here, just if you like slide it a certain way, it'll transform into its robot mode. But it's still kind of interesting looking. But I don't know if I will keep that or not. Next up is a toy that I'm almost certain that it is real because it says Bandai on it, and typically when these toys are faked, you can tell very easily that they are fake. It's just I have no idea what series this is from. It's a Bandai action figure that looks like it's supposed to be some kind of Super Sentai. He seems to be gold. Well, he is gold and has a butterfly or a moth on his belt. And you can see his helmet as well has sort of wings or ridges or whatever you want to call them. And he also has an action feature. His arms just sort of move out to the side like that. There's a switch on his back that does the motion, but I don't know why it would need to do a motion like that, like it's doing jumping jacks or something. But if any of you out there know who this figure is, what set he's from, or just any information on him at all, please just let me know in the comment section below. The next toy that I got here, I mean, at least all the parts are there. It's just I am not able to get it back together again, which kind of sucks. I really hate toys that have this sort of joint to them. It is a Donkey Kong toy from 2009. I'm not quite certain who made it. Basically, that's him there, and as you can tell, his arm has come off. But I have the arm right here, and it's just kind of joined here where the edge of it is wider than the middle part, but this is very stiff plastic. Sorry, I got something in my eye. I'll just get it later. It's very stiff plastic, but it's still easily sort of squeezed. So it's proving to be very hard to actually get this to sort of pop back into the socket here. So I'm either going to have to give up or just eventually get this at some point back on his body. But for the time being, I'm just going to give up on it because it's proving to be pretty hard to do. Now, the last two toys that I want to show you guys here, I almost didn't get them, but I had a coupon from Salvation Army. I got these at Salvation Army, a location that I don't actually go to all that often, but they happen to have all these figures, movie figures, that are made by this one company. I don't know if the name is NECA or NECA, or if it's an anagram for something or abbreviation or whatever. For those of you that aren't familiar with this company, they do a lot of figures based off of movie characters. The ones that they had specifically at this store, I still don't know why. Sorry, I thought I heard my phone ringing. I don't know why this person donated these to a Salvation Army, but luckily for me they did. They had figures from Shaun of the Dead, Napoleon Dynamite, The Big Lebowski, and Donnie Darko. And the figures that I got were the figures from The Big Lebowski. The Donnie Darko figure was already taken. The Napoleon Dynamite figure was kind of broken. And the I forget what I said before now. It was a Shaun of the Dead figure, but I forget if I said Shaun of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead or something else. It was a figure of Shaun standing next to his roommate's severed head and his sort of crate of records. But it seemed like there were a couple of missing pieces to it, and I just didn't go for it. Plus, it was pretty expensive. These ones here were priced at $13 each, and I had a coupon for $10 off when you spend $25. So I got these for $16, which I thought was a decent enough price to pay for them. They are both missing one accessory apiece, if I remember correctly, but they have their sort of main accessory. The first one here is... God, I'm drawing a blank on this guy's name right now, but he is the sort of buddy, secondary character, accomplice guy in The Big Lebowski. That's him right there, and he has his bowling ball bag with him, and he's in pretty decent condition. The only sort of downside to him that I can notice is that he has a little bit of scuffing around his feet, but nothing too noticeable. Otherwise, he's in pretty decent shape. And the other figure, sadly, was a little bit more damaged and missing a sort of more obvious accessory. This figure here is of the dude, and he has his bowling ball bag, which is definitely necessary for his character. and I just dropped it. Sorry, that's his bowling ball bag right there. But in his other hand, he was supposed to have a beer can, so now he has his hand sort of just permanently gaped like that, with nothing in it. And he also has sort of scuffed up arms. You can see one serious scuff right there. And it's hard to tell, but his glasses are broken. They're actually in two pieces, and I'm gonna have to try to see if I can super glue them back together. But otherwise, they seem to be holding just fine as is. But overall, he's still in pretty decent condition. And I don't quite know what material these are made out of. I really don't think that it's porcelain. Um, it might be some kind of hard, kind of brittle plastic, but it's definitely heavy and well made. It just seems like the paint is sort of coming off in certain points, but at least they're still in pretty decent condition. Anyways, those are my toy pickups. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below, and also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.